Hey everybody, it's the 23rd of April, 2021. It's a lovely day out. Cool things happening. Gonna paint all day. Looking forward to that. I'm working on my High Priestess. Wah-ah-ah. Hey MJ. Hey Shonda. Marcy Jane. And Maeve and Christine. Hey everybody. As you know, the allergies enough for you? But you know, okay, so I popped a pill, I'll be fine. That's okay. And I mean, it's amazing that we even have that, right? I mean, perspective. You know, okay, just want to put it out there. I am collecting testimonials. So if you've had a reading from me and, you know, you want to share, hey Beth, you want to share about it or whatever, you know, so I have this new website coming up. I'm super excited. I'm collecting testimonials to put on the website. And so if you have one you want to share, just message me. I keep on forgetting to mention that, you know. I'll be like 9 o'clock at night and I'll be like, oh my God, I didn't mention it. All right, today we're ready for you, April 23rd. Two of Coins reversed. I mean, that's a bit of an allergy card, I would say. Trying to juggle what you got, what's happening. Maybe not even doing a good job sometimes, you know. Maybe it's like, and I've referred to this so many different times, but, you know, Lucille Ball with the chocolates, you know, on the little escalator thing. That's what this is kind of feeling like. So it doesn't even mean that you're stinking at it or that you're not making effort or anything like that. Because sometimes, you know, they're marathon days, right? A lot of things pile up on your plate, have to do things, prepare for others. That's kind of what this is. And, you know, it's also coming to me now, right? This is, for some reason, some vaccine related stuff. And I know a lot of people are okay with it, and I know a lot of people are really suffering with the after effects, and it's just like, you know, through all the stresses that are actually happening and going on, you know, the people that do get vaccinated, and, you know, that just adds to the stuff that they're struggling with, you know. Okay, so after the pandemic, when you couldn't really, you know, or I should say before vaccines, right? You might not be working, your whole life might change, the way that you're working now might change, and then it gets back a little bit of rhythm, and then you get a vaccine, and, you know, hopefully everything's awesome, but sometimes it's not. Hey, Kevin. And so you get vaccinated, and you know, man, some people, hey, Melina, they're out for like a week, you know, so that's what this is. This is the struggle on top of the regular stuff. And so what does that mean? That means, like, you know, you try to cut yourself some slack, but there's just some things that are, you know, impact your choices, impact your schedule, impact your day. And so what does that mean? So take care of yourself through all this extra that's on the already extra that we're dealing with. Queen of Coins. So what does that also mean? That means as you're struggling with the everyday of 2021, Queen of Coins is all about, hey Siobhan, all about kind of how can you make your immediate nest in your immediate dance space just better for you. This is, sorry for the pause due to poor connection. That's a good story. That could be a good story. Could be a good t-shirt anyway. How can you make the nest that is in your immediate dance space better for you? How can you focus on your stability? What can you add? What can you subtract to your day, your environment, the people around you, your food, Are you hydrating? Like all these different things. How can you contribute? You know, maybe you need to put yourself in a timeout, especially if you're like really excessively tired and dealing with, you're dealing with things that could feel like they're destabilizing. So you just got to get your Queen of Coins going and saying, you know what? I'm okay. This is what I need. This is what I'm going to do. That's top priority. And then you're kind of, you know, you're in the right place. The Hierophant, this fucking guy, like, oh my God, he comes up with, you know, a lot of restrictions, structure, patriarchal societies, trying to maneuver in bureaucratic weirdness, you know, say you are on unemployment, trying to get unemployment, you know, government stuff, your business is totally affected by pandemic. So it's like, it doesn't look to me like red tape, like obstacles. What it looks to me is like, oh man, you got to jump through hoops. You know, you got to get, you know, if you need to go to a specialist doctor, you have to get approved by your primary, like that kind of stuff. And so it's like, it seems just like a lot of impending stuff. Like say you got a lot of stuff going on and then your allergies are really bad. I mean, it's that simple. It's like trying to get through, trying to do the list of things that I have to do, trying to contribute to and invest in my circumstance and situation. And then I got bad allergies. So how can we focus on our stability? That's physical, emotional, intellectual, energetic, all of that stability as the waters are getting bumpy. That's kind of, you know, how do you make yourself a priority when you are feeling overwhelmed? You almost have to remind yourself, say, okay, oh my God, I almost forgot to take care of myself today because of all the shit that I had to do. Sun reversed. We have these inklings that things are getting better. You know, we're like, yeah, I can feel that. I can feel that normalcy. I can feel that, you know, the restrictions are lightening up. I can feel like something good's going to happen. It's just not yet. Fool. And Ace of Wands reverse. So it feels like, you know, when somebody's trying to drive a stick and they're like jerking the car all over the place. It's like that. So on one hand, you're juggling, trying to focus on your stability, if you remember, trying to create a circumstance and a situation where you're like, I need to take care of myself. I need to take care of myself. Then you're like, well, I see things getting better. There's a little bit more elbow room. I have freedom to go inside in certain places now. And it's like, you know, that's all exciting. And it's like, but it's still not back. There is still the reality that there is a fucking pandemic out there that is serious business. So, it feels like, yeah, great. And then it's like false start, you know, not happening. Well, it's not happening yet. We're imagining that summer is going to be better. We're imagining all these things are going to really shift. And it has started. It's just really slow. And then we have the Fool. So as you're focused on your stability, as you're focused on how can I address the immediate situation the best that I can, sometimes it's just a good movie and some popcorn. I mean, it's just... Sometimes that's all you need. Sometimes you need to actually take a bath, soak your feet, get a massage. You know, sometimes you just need those things. And I think that if 2020 and 2021 hasn't already taught us so much about the big pivot, how did you pivot yourself emotionally, your work? How did you change how you're doing things? How did you let go of the idea of the way things were? You know, the big change of people just working from home. Well, you know, there's no reason for all those big corporate buildings anymore if everybody's going to work from home and do even better than they did when they were going to work. This is all about, okay, the landscape is different. It's a new game board. So the deconstruction of the past that is happening in our current movement, the struggle to be able to deal with it and in just a regular way, the rules that come into place that restrict or do weird things to your everyday, It's just all like, yeah, I'm going to get going. No, you're not. It's a back and forth thing. So we've certainly learned to go with the flow. We've certainly learned that, you know what, that doesn't matter, that stuff. I know what matters. I know what I want. I certainly know what I don't want. People have been able to narrow down their list, to be able to address the issues, to make them just more stable, more, able to navigate and make choices that really work on supporting you where you're at. I mean, this is how we kind of ideally deal with our children. This is how we ideally deal with other circumstances. Now we have to do that to ourselves. It's the new self-care. How can I meet myself where I'm at and give myself what I really want and remove what I really, really don't want? And so all of the stuff of today, we're working on our stability. We're working on our sanity. And we're pausing due to poor connection. But the truth is that we might be a little bit more mobile and unafraid than we think. We might just shift into new frontiers. We might evolve into what really works. Because, you can have this beautiful environment. You can have perfect weather. You can have all those things. But if the stuff that matters doesn't add up, you got to go to where that does. So I think that we're able to kind of feel like we're not stuck. We're able to feel like we can affect our circumstance in totally different ways, and ways that we never would have taken 2 years ago. So it's really weird and really cool all at the same time. So you just kind of have to rally and be your best advocate, because you will end up exactly where you need with the awareness of it's possible. Create what you need. It will happen. And if, all of the hiccups and red tape don't show you that, then it's time to start. What can I do? What can I add? Hey, Mel, what can I, it's not just manifest, because I think that people say, oh, I'm manifesting today and I'm manifesting. And all of a sudden, sometimes it feels, hey, Barn Talk Ranch, Madeline, sometimes it feels like, oh, I'm a manifester. Well, what does that mean? Does that make me feel like I'm not actually doing what I'm supposed to be doing because I'm not a manifester? Well, everybody gets to have their own title. They might mean the same thing using different words. Manifesting things that you desire, it's a wonderful thing, but you can use a different word for it. The idea is you're taking inventory. You're purging what you don't need. This has to do with your thoughts. This has to do with your diet. This has to do with your stuff around your environment, your location, your work, how you communicate in relationships, who you're communicating with. It's really taking an inventory and saying, yep, not going to need that, not going to need that. I am never going to wear that again. Get rid of it. And what does that mean? That means that there's room in your closet to say, you know what I really want? And so I want you to look at your life just like your closet. How can I make my closet be able to be just what I need, so that when I want something, it's going to be there? Why clutter up with a bunch of stuff that you know you're not going to wear? Maybe stuff that is, from a different era of your life. You're not going to rock that anymore. And once we kind of get in alignment with that, then that's feeding that source, that's getting that communication with your higher self going. That's a well-run machine there. And I think then it just falls in our lap. It serendipitously shows up. The window's open. The field opens up. And then you're like, yep, I've been talking about this for a while, and there it is. That's manifesting. So don't get, pushed off your center by people boasting that they're, got the direct connection, that they can do it better, that they can, you're talking to your higher self and you're investing in that. You make your own magic and you don't need anybody's permission to do it. And then you get all that stuff coming to you. So anyway, I just wanted to repeat the idea that I'm collecting testimonials. So if I've read you and, I don't know, you have something cool to say, message me, because I'm going to put them on my new website and it's going to be great. So that's my today. Thanks for being here today. I'll see you tomorrow.